country where I come from, the truth is an irony. Just like animal farm, justice mean inequity. So who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence, Islamic leaders silence, kings and queens silence, traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are the workers of confused call. Now by a no better. We are the workers of confused call. One guy's a no better. Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he needed to know if was a so. Now your friend on a night come at them. Only papi obeka nice and yeah. So I want one bet you two. Everybody was afraid. And when Tina to my cottage again, once my boy dumping one and I. But who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Aku drofo nyina dalima. And who go say the truth? Obiaja konson so to grow your mansa to me be a kakobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo when you know yet. Na so kutrata down na so be dia back or why no keke. I fene for be man mo pia for efo ne cross on my mo. Hanya safwe mo ayini. Akuku drofo nyina dalima. And who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino. Yedi bi bebo nyande bi. Kachi sa would your mouth pipinuma. Would your mind never shine my frafonsa? But who go tell the truth? TUC silence, even journalists silence. So then who go say the truth? Right is right. Wrong is wrong, no matter how you justify. You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you, now the person become your target. Jobless no they mean senseless, poverty no they mean useless. One day them go resist.
Wonderful evening to you all wherever you are, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to yet another show on MyView. This is our socio-political program that runs on today's Ghana News TV. Wherever you are watching us live on this evening's special edition on the UK and Ireland chapter elections of their executive committee. And let me equally just remind you that we are also live on Switch by satellite, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all on today's Ghana News TV. And you can equally follow us on Twitter and TikTok, and also as well as a podcast on Anchor FM. It's always a pleasure to come your way this evening and every other Monday when we have the show, which is MyView. MyView, that is a position that is given for me, the host, to express my view on certain critical issues, and you, as our cherished viewer and follower, to also express your view as well. And then together, we take the view of a guest. And today, when we come back, stay tuned. I will tell you who we have and what the person has to offer. But for your information, we're stopping to this evening at the women's wing of the UK and Ireland chapter in reference to their elections. So stay tuned, and when we come back, we will introduce the guest for this evening's show to you. Once again, you are most welcome.
Waiting there happy for Africa. Dusty old men holding on to power, leading the people to where? The grave? Wicked criminal leaders. See them a come, them coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? I see the people crying every day, yo. They want food, them can't find. I see the youth looking for a job, oh, every way, them can't find. Mr. President, him just barely food, oh. Him and his family, they no suffer, oh. Suffer, no poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man know they suffer. Suffer, no poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man they suffer, lie. See them a come, they coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be angel. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how you dey sleep at night, oh. See them a come, they coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? This is Mr. Traitor, Mr. President, Master of Sleeping, Mr. Sleepy. This is Mr. Traitor, Mr. President, Master of Sleeping, Mr. Sleepy.
So welcome back to our special edition on MyView. Today, as I did indicate, the bus is stopping at the women's wing of the UK and Ireland chapter, where we're running into the election of their chapter executive committee membership. And it is my pleasure to welcome you this evening to an encounter with no other person but an aspirant to the position of the deputy women's organizer. And it is my pleasure to welcome Madam Rebecca Anun onto this show. So Rebecca, you are most welcome.
Thank you very much, Comrade Jerome.
Wonderful. We've been looking forward to meeting you and then to know more about you and what is happening in the UK Ireland chapter. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to have a bit more information about who you are and what you stand for. So could you just inform us?
Thank you very, very much. First of all, I would like to send out my salute to your cherished viewers and listeners all over the globe. I just want to say good evening and thank you for tuning in this evening. I would also like to greet my boss, Mary Gardner, who is the women's organizer for UK and Ireland chapter. I would also like to greet all the women and all comrades in the UK and Ireland chapter. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Let me not be so curious, but it seems I bumped into you on a Zoom where you were talking about nursing and blah blah blah. What are you a nurse by profession?
Yes, I am a nurse by profession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. So here we are today. The UK and Ireland chapter is heading to the polls to elect the chapter executive committee, and you are going in for a deputy women's organizer's position.
Yeah.
Are you currently an executive?
Yes. So I'm the deputy women's organizer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Good to know. So maybe a lot of people might be asking, why do you want to be retained as a deputy women's organizer?
Okay, thank you very, very much. Now, before I will say anything, I would like to give a brief background of who I am, where I started from, and where I'm currently at and where we are going. So my name is Rebecca Anun, like I said earlier on, and I'm married with 2 children, and I'm a qualified nurse. I work with Guy's and St. Thomas's Hospital or Guy's and St. Thomas's NHS Trust. Now, let's come to party now. So before then, I also sing in my church. I lead the choir in my church. So I've got leadership background. And Rebecca was born on the 10th of March, 1971. And I've schooled in Ghana. And then the last education I attended in Ghana was at the training college, Agogo. So originally I was a teacher. I taught a little bit, and then I joined my husband here in the UK.
Ooh. Wonderful. It's very strange, but we'll come back to it because moving from the classroom into a nursing care is an interesting drift.
Yeah.
But let's now see. You are going in for the people to retain you as a women's organizer.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to find out, as the current set of executives, why do you think that you should be retained as the deputy women's organizer?
Thank you very much. So like I said, I came here in 2003. And to be honest, I have been a passionate NDC supporter. The reason why I'm saying supporter, or I've been passionate about NDC. I have been taking part in activities, but I wasn't registered in Ghana. But my family are NDC, pure NDC. We support NDC and we believe in the ideals and ideologies of NDC, the values of NDC. So when I came here in 2003, I was looking for where to join NDC. I couldn't find any. Fortunately for me, and I need to give credit, Comrade Benji, the former Sheffield secretary, the wife was my mate in training college in Agogo. So as we were talking, and then because she is more sympathetic towards NPP, so we were talking, and she knows me even back at school. They know that I'm NDC, and I will stand and defend the party. So then she said, "Oh, the husband is also NDC." So I told her, I've been looking for somewhere to join my branch so that I'll be able to bring whatever I have on board. So finally, I got in touch with Benji because the wife gave the number to me. And then we had a conversation And then he in turn linked me to Chief Malik, who was in South London. So finally, in 2017, I became a member of London South Branch. And as soon as I got there, because of my passion, my zeal to serve my party, I just went on without, I was proactive. I was helping in activities. I was helping to set up. And sometimes, because at that time, there was no women's organizer at that time. So I was helping. And Honorable Sumaya, wherever she is, I salute her. I studied, I learned and I served after her, because the good book says that whoever wants to be great must first be a servant. So I didn't mind. I was just doing what I should do as a servant. And then my good work was seen. And when there was a co-option for welfare officer, I was co-opted. So I served as a welfare officer with the South London branch. And again, I am so passionate, very, very passionate. And I believe in what I do. If I don't believe in it, I will not do it. And if I set my mind to do something, I will always make sure that I do it and do it well. So again, there was a time in the life of the NDC Women's Wing. Of course, I also came in touch with Madam Janet Atia, and she also saw the qualities I had. I became her manager when it was time for election, and I made sure that she was successful. So, like I said, there was a time in the life of the NDC UK and Ireland Women's Chapter. We got to a time that we lost our women's organizer. May her soul rest in peace. Madam Louisa Nelson, wherever she is, may her soul rest in peace. So there was a vacuum, and women were broken, we were all broken. And we needed, like when Joseph died, Moses died, and there was a vacuum. There was somebody that was meant to step in that vacuum. So Mary Gardner was then the deputy. Then she stepped up to become the substantive women's organizer. And she needed someone to partner. So again, shout out to Madam Beatrice Asante, wherever she is, because we needed someone that will be there for the women, because this country, when you are emotionally down, you need somebody who is very caring, who is very passionate, who has the zeal, who can touch lives to make sure that the leadership is run smoothly and the chapter women's wing is run smoothly. So thankfully, again, Dr. Joe Ajiman, Nana Hima Deborah, they were very instrumental with me becoming the deputy. And I became the deputy. And then we started work, everything was going on, and then COVID set in. So the reason why I'm standing again to be re-elected is there is a lot that we need to do. There is a lot, and especially with Ropal coming in, we need people who are already placed, who are positioned to carry on, because we need a continuation. And because there is a lot to be done in terms of mobilization, we started by going to Scotland, and we were able to be very instrumental in the upbringing of Scotland branch. We've done so many things, and I think I stand the chance, or I want to put myself, because as a servant, you always want to serve and make an impact and make a difference. So that is why I'm putting myself forward to be elected.
Wow. Wonderful. I'm pretty sure that the women's wing themselves will appreciate your effort because you have called out very key names in coming out with it. You called out Janet Atia. I think she happens to be the vice chairman of
Yeah,
UK Ireland chapter.
yeah,
You've called Beatrice Asante, who happens to be a candidate for the position of a vice chairman.
yeah.
So it's very interesting. One woman is going out, another woman is coming in. I hope that is the life and the zeal of the women's wing, trying to push into very high places and make influences. Yes, I would have asked a question, but let me say it this way. Because of these interviews, I have an eye on the UK and Ireland chapter and the activities. Um, just recently, a few days ago, there was an activity at Birmingham, and I could see Mary Gardner speaks, and it is Rebecca. Rebecca speaks is Mary Gardner. It looks as if there's a very good relationship between you and your substantive boss. Is that the reality?
It is the reality. It is because, like I said, I believe in teamwork. I believe in collaboration. And like I said, we came in the time when there was fragmentation. We came in the time when the women were broken. So we needed that, peace, the enabling environment for people to be able to come together to move on. So I don't do fake things. The way you see us, that is how. But having said that, behind the scenes, sometimes we can disagree. And it is all in the good of the party. I have to be honest. We disagree and we agree. And then we come together refined.
That is perfect. That is perfect. So now let's move ahead. Going on into this election, let's take it that you become the deputy women's organizer once again. What are some of the programs that you and your substantive officer intend to bring up the women's wing and to be able to use the women's wing to influence more voter population for the NDC, and especially with a team that you are rallying for victory 2024?
Thank you very much. So, like I said, we started some programs, and one of our roles is to mobilize. We need to mobilize and win more souls. And I am very open, I am very friendly. I can be easily approachable, and I can easily, approach people. I'm not scared about that. I'm not afraid to preach the gospel of the NDC. And with my rapport, I don't know if it's a gift or not. I can easily make friends. So, as part of the coming election, me and my boss, should I'm retained, we're going to work vigorously, and not only us, but for the first time in UK and Ireland, the youth wing and the women's wing collaborated, and we did programs together, because I believe that when there is collaboration, there is more hands, we can do more. Because this country, I mean, we have our work. We have a mother of two. Apart from that, I'm also the main carer for my mother-in-law. So there is a lot. So if you bring people more hands on board, you'll be able to achieve. So one of our key thing is we're going to go out to the churches. We're going to go out to public gatherings. We're going to go out to the outdoorings and the funerals and make sure that we reach out every corner of this country, not just the women and the youth wing, but the entire chapter. We're going to also work with the branches. And when we started, we've been able to empower the women. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to set targets for the women organizers at the various branches and support them, because without a branch, there is no chapter. And it is the branches that the people go to. So we will make sure, and already behind the scenes, we have been getting in touch with people and signposting them to the right chapter, the right people, to get them registered. So when we come, We're going to work on that. We're going to bring people on board, whether you win or not. We're going to bring everybody on board, because all hands on deck. We need to capture power. Nobody is happy with what is going on in Ghana. We need to rescue Ghana and then make Ghana rise again. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. I can imagine what will happen when you team up with Madame Rebecca, Mary Gardner. Is Mary going unopposed, or she has a contender?
Yeah, she is going unopposed.
Oh, okay. You have two people around you.
Yeah.
And that is the beauty of democracy,
That's the
you know.
beauty of
That's the
democracy.
beauty of democracy. At
Absolutely.
least you have worked with a woman, they have
Yeah.
realized your worth,
Yeah.
and you are asking them for another opportunity to serve them. And I'm pretty sure that from all that you have said, definitely they will listen to you and do what is needful. One thing that I have a problem with is always the relationship between the women's wing in the diaspora and that of the women's wing back home in Ghana. I don't know whether from where I sit, that is why I'm seeing it that way. How has been a relationship between your women's wing and that of the national?
For us, it's been very fantastic, and I forgot to salute Dr. Louisa Hannah-Bissue. I would like to take this opportunity once again to congratulate her. We've been working very well with the national executives, and Abigail is the assigned deputy women's organizer for the UK, for the diaspora,
Okay.
especially for the European side. So we work really well with them, and we also try to incorporate them in our programs. So we really work with them.
I don't know. Were you at the last Women's Wing conference at the University of Cape Coast?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because we haven't had our elections, and new executives have not been elected, so we couldn't go.
Oh, okay. So now let's come down to UK and Ireland chapter. Very interesting. It's always UK and Ireland. I've been asking this question because fortunately I got an answer from I think Freddie that the Ireland Ireland is now on its feet, and you are still trying to get more branches within that place. Now, in your chapter, all the branches, do we really have the women's department running?
Like I said, we have the women's wing, women's organizers, and we've got the women there. But this time, what we're going to do is, because of we don't have finances on our own, we don't have budget on our own. So when meetings are held, it's normally the whole branch who have their meetings. But this time, like I said, we're going to set targets. Thank God, because of COVID, we've managed to find another means of meeting. And we've also decided that we're going to look for sponsorship so that the women, we will do it in blocks. Women can meet to, deliberate on issues, to bring out, problems to bear and see the solutions in order to be able to, bring more people on board the branches.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let me take you back a little. You talked about how you are working so closely with a youth wing, and then you have had several joint programs, like what is a party in the park and all those things to Scotland and all that. What is the secret?
That's what I'm saying. The secret is when you put party first, when you put the nation first, when you are passionate to make an impact, you put your differences aside. Because at the end of the day, it is the good of the party. It is Ghana that we are all working for. we have one common goal. So irrespective of our differences, sometimes when we have meetings, we disagree, and then we come to agreement. And the secret is that we have one focus, we have one passion. And when people with like minds meet, there is always a success.
Wonderful. Do you have any intentions of sharing these secrets? Let me say these secrets with your other women's organizers in other chapters within, probably let's start with within the European continent first, even though you people are now away. We won't go into that, but just within the European continent that you and I know, do you have any intentions of sharing some of these secrets with them so that they will also have a functional women's wing in the various chapters?
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, we work hand in hand with our sister, the women's organizer, Grace Novici. You know, she approached us some time ago. There were a little bit of issues, and we're very instrumental in supporting her to stand on her feet. And like I said, Ropal is coming. So we are also looking at extending our hands to the other branches. It doesn't matter the barrier, it doesn't matter there is Brexit and we are out. But where there is a will, there is a way. We will find a way to work together. Because when Ropal is coming, don't forget, it's going to be all over the place. And when we are united, we all share ideas and we strategize, we'll be able to work and become a success.
Wonderful. And okay, let's look at the UK Ireland chapter women's wing in relation to Ghana. What are the significant? Are there any significant projects that the women's wing in the UK Ireland chapter has undertaken with respect to the other wings in the country back home in Ghana?
Okay, so the significance or the similarities is empowering women, respecting women. You see, we had a meeting the other time, and we always say that women are their own enemies. But when you have the right leader with the right skill sets, you are able to identify talents. You are able to empower people, and when people are empowered, they are able to do more. And one of the things that the Women's Week back in Ghana have done, which we are also, when giving the nod, we tried to do that, but we went in within the constituencies. But this time we are looking at the number of female MPs in our parliament. We're going to work collaboratively with them in order to get more women into politics, because Dr. Agri of blessed memory, he said, well, if you educate a man, you educate an individual, but if you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation. And when women are empowered and they are placed, well placed in society, they excel and do more. We want to bring sanity in our politics. We want to bring more women who will have more voices in our politics. So that is what we have in common, and we're going to work collaboratively together to achieve that.
Oh, wonderful. I believe strongly that once you collaborate with all the others and increase the number of female MPs in parliament, a lot of things will come down. At least there will be some level of order in our parliament. At least considering what we experienced during the 7th January 2021 issues. Now, let's come back. We have some comments from viewers. I think I'll allow you to take a little break. I'll read out the commentary, and when we come back, we take other issues up.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So that's been an encounter with no other person but Madam Rebecca, I know, who happens to be a contestant to the position of the Deputy Women's Organizer of the UK and Ireland chapter. She is currently the deputy women's organizer. A comment from Mr. Albert Alandachi says, "Only a smoke, Mr. Host." Oh, Albert, thank you very much. I will come to you for one. Oh, Maxwell Natty, you started your job. I can see that. Good evening, General. We are glued to our TV watching live. Patience Darko, please ask her if she is going unopposed or she has a contender. Oh, Patience, she has two other people who are going against her. But that is the beauty of democracy. And I pray that those two others would equally appear on the show, and then you and I will express our views on all of them. Oh, Mr. Dachia is back again. He says this time, Mrs. Rebecca, you have really paid your dues to the NDC. Definitely, she has paid it, and I'm sure she will be greatly rewarded. Oh, good evening, Pastor Sam. We are grateful that once again you are part of the show. My secretary one, you are here again with Evangelist Rebecca. God bless you. NDC, Eyezu, Eyeza, Emefa, Nia, Mia, Mia. Oh, I didn't know Rebecca was an evangelist. Well, when she comes back, she'll give us the word of God. Yvonne Benye, always waving. Yvonne, this time we are grateful that you have joined us, but don't wave. Come and join us again. Mama Grace Talk says, hello, Mommy Becky. Mama Grace Talks, okay. When she comes back, she will respond to it. Hallelujah. Nana Tafremo. If Nana hadn't appeared on this show, I would have just called it off now. Nana, we are grateful that once again you are here and then you are making your comment. He says, this woman is more than qualified to become the substantive women's organizer. Definitely. She has what it takes, but she believes in the collaborative effort with the substantive. So we pray for that all of them will continue to work together for the benefit of the party. I love that statement from her. Party first. Grace talks once again, said, you have my vote. Mama Grace, I think you have to take a transfer to the UK and Ireland chapter after the elections, then you come back. Maxwell Nate once again says, good evening, General. We are glued to our TV watching live. Good secret there. Party first before personal interest. She's really deep. I wish her all the best. I don't know, Max. We all got captured the same item out of her presentation. Party first. Mama Grace says, sure, I will go to UK. Okay. We will get in contact with Madam Becky K, popularly known, so that she will help you to relocate to UK, and then you give her your votes. So that has been the contributions from our viewers on this evening's program, and we're grateful that you are part and parcel of it. Stay tuned, and we'll bring back Sister Becky, and then we'll tell her, Auntie Becky, whilst you were away, there were a few comments that you will need to tell us. Already, Mama Grace says she wants to relocate to UK Ireland chapter so that you can have her votes.
That's good to know. But unfortunately, the cutoff point, she will not be able to meet the deadline. But I will take that into consideration.
Oh, okay. Then somebody is so appreciative. Maxwell Nati. Maxwell happens to be the chapter youth organizer for the German chapter of your party, NDC, and he has come out clearly. He says the great secret that he has picked from you is that party first before personal interest, and I think it's very paramount, because whatever you are doing, if it is not because of the party, you are thinking about yourself, then you will lose. But when the party gains, then it comes back to you, And I don't know whether I will say your husband, in quotation marks, Chief Malik is here. Chief Malik Ramani Muhammad says, well done, and thou. I'm proud of Auntie Stone. Oh, you have a stone. Becky Stone. Okay. Okay. I never regretted for once getting her on board the rescue team. Kudos to her. So, okay. Now Becky Stone has added
that I'm really, really grateful first of all to Benji, because if he had not linked me to Malik, who also believed in me and saw the qualities, I wouldn't have been where I am. I would still be going around looking for NDC to join, and I will not see my dreams come to fulfillment.
That
So
one is
I owe
true.
it a lot to them.
Wonderful. As for Chief Malik, there he's MTN. Everywhere you go,
You
he's
see?
there live. Okay. Now let's look at a few things. I don't want for the women's wing. It's always a very delicate wing.
Yeah.
You made a statement that the women's wing has not got a budget on its own, and therefore it becomes a bit difficult, especially when you want to organize your own activities. You have to rely on the main chapter and then ask for support. And unfortunately, when they are paying dues, they don't take into consideration the wings and other women's wing. You have a project, youth wing, Zongo caucus, and what have you. It's just a bulk amount, and part goes to Accra and all that. Good. You made a statement that you intend to raise funds to run your projects. Can you share a bit of how you intend to actually go about this raising of funds?
Okay, thank you very much. So, as part of the fundraising, like I said, we need to sacrifice. It's not always, we need to ask ourselves individually, what do I have to offer to my party? It's always, people want to look at what the party will offer them. But the first step is ask yourself, what do you have to offer? And I will tell you that we sometimes have to sacrifice financially. For example, when we're going to Scotland, when I say we, the youth organizer and his deputy, me and my boss, we had to sacrifice and contribute, pay for our own accommodation, sponsor the engagement, in terms of drinks and stuff. We were able to do that. Now, they say what? If you help yourself, then God will also help you. There is that saying. So you said, how are we going to do that? We have been doing that we've got some people behind the scenes who sponsor us or who contribute to our programs. We've got somebody like Seth Anosin, and when we had when we're launching our thing, we had to honor him by giving him a citation, because anytime we call upon him, he is ready to give us or to support us. We've got someone like Conrad Dumba. He's been always there. So that's why I say that in terms of raising funds, it's not only the physical cash, but liaising with the branches. We're meant to have our women's conference, and Chairman Conrad offered to give us his place. So these are some of the things. This time around, we'll be looking at going to the branches more instead of, having the program in London. So we will collaborate and liaise with the branches so that one of their programs, they will be able to host us. So that will also help to cut cost. We are also getting more people now. We're getting people who will be able to sponsor us financially, because like you said, we are now in opposition, and then it is the chapter that the money goes to. Sometimes you go to the chapter, they will say there is no money because they are also running other activities. So we will look for people, which we have. We are seeking to add more sponsors to help us fund our projects.
Wonderful. And I hope other women or chapter women organizers listening to you, this is an opportunity, and for all of us to be able to collaborate and then see how best you can go ahead to do a lot of things. Mama Grace is back here. He says, I pray the members in the UK and Ireland chapter will see your efforts that you have put in and vote wisely. Big says, I trust when you win, all women has won. All women have won. That is
Thank,
coming from Mama Grace once
thank you,
again.
Grace. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Now let's look at the women's the strength of women in the UK and Ireland chapter. Can you put a number to it?
Currently, I can't put a number to it, but we are looking at getting the database. So we're going
Okay.
to, like I said, because of the COVID and other things, we couldn't do more face to face. This time, that is what we are going to do because again, the ROPA is coming. So, ROPA is coming. So we need to see our strength and then increase it. So we are in the course of doing that.
Wonderful. Okay. Now, let's now look at it. We are saying that our membership, we do not know all that. Come 2024. Today, we are in 2023.
Yeah.
Ooh, so it means barely you have just about a year, essentially, to get into 2024, where you will start the preparation for the national elections. What will be the role of the UK and Ireland chapter Women's Wing in supporting your party back home in Ghana to win the elections?
Okay, thank you very much. So I did mention earlier on, one of our role is to increase the number of women in parliament. And we're going to do this by collaboratively contributing. We're going to raise funds to support those constituencies that are women. And one of the women, when we went to Birmingham, is aspiring to go and be a parliamentary candidate, and this is great for us as women. You know, it makes my heart so proud, and we're going to work as much as we can. We also going, we seem to gather people, go back home and campaign, work vigorously, campaign and get more people on board. We are also do what we're going to also do as our role is like you know, those in the diaspora. We've got more influence in the people back home. So we're going to speak to them. We're going to spread the news. I have started already. Anytime I go to Ghana, when I get in the taxis, I do that. I keep spreading the news. So, as one of our role, that is what we're going to do. We're going to empower the women. We're going to encourage everyone, not only the women, but everyone to contact somebody back home. And we're going to get a target. People, we're going to target people who are floating voters, people who are NPP and they are disappointed. You know, I've been speaking to people behind the scenes and they are really disappointed. They need education and see the reason why they should vote not for just any party, but they should vote for a party that means well for the country, a party that will bring a lot of development, a party that will bring the people of Ghana out of the poverty and out of all the debt that this inept government has accumulated. So that is one of our role. And you know, women, we talk a lot, we gossip a lot. So we're going to use that as a tool to woo more women.
I didn't know women gossip a lot.
Oh yes, we do.
That will be great. That will be great. There are a few comments that are coming up. Isaac Anaba says, watching you live from Upper East region. Grace talks to us once again, working together. Ah. Alfred Kuyolo. Oh, Alfred, very good evening to you and a happy new year. Alfred says, solid ideas, comrade. Woo! Yembore, one. We need to join hands for victory 2024. Women everywhere.
Absolutely.
Yembore, please, your duties have not been suspended. Go and continue. Okay, so we come back and we were looking at the UK and Ireland chapter elections. That is a come 14th January 2023. You'll be going to the polls.
Sorry, Jerome. Unfortunately, the election has been suspended until further notice. So the 14th, unfortunately, is not coming on again.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is an information that probably doesn't come to our notice,
Yeah.
but all the same, let's now, you have an opportunity. A lot of the contestants have all come up. You have two people contesting the same position with you. Though you are an incumbent, actually, I don't envy any incumbent, because once you are an incumbent, all the arsenals are directed at you, you
Uh,
know. But it's always good that people see the worth in you and what you have put together for them for the period under review, and then they reward you with that. All the same. Now you tell the UK and Ireland chapter people that any day, anytime, the bell is rung for the elections, and when they go to the polls, why should they go and vote for Becky Stone as Deputy Women's Organizer?
Thank you very much. Fellow women, fellow comrades, NDC UK and Ireland chapter. I come before you this evening, and like you all know, I've put myself forward to be retained as the Deputy Women's Organizer. When you go to the polls, the reason why you should vote for me is that I and my boss, or I partnered Mary Gardner and have contributed a lot, first of all, to bring peace into UK and Ireland women's wing. We all know where there is no peace, nothing can happen. Where there is chaos, nothing can happen. And I have worked with my boss, and we have maintained peace in the UK and Ireland women's wing. You have to vote for someone who is trusted. And I, Rebecca Anun, I am trusted. I don't do me. I do party first. I don't care whoever you are. I make sure that I raise the flags of NDC wherever I go. Vote for Rebecca because I am easily approachable. Vote for Rebecca because any day, anytime you call me, I am always available. Vote for Rebecca because I care about you, I care about NDC, and I'm ready to even work extra hard to ensure that victory becomes ours come 2024. Vote for Rebecca because I am a team player. I work in collaboration with my fellow executives. Vote for Rebecca because I have integrity. I don't put my integrity on the line for any other thing except the party, the nation. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. That has been the parting words of no other person but Becky Stone. She's, as for the name, it's all over. Becky Stone, Becky K, and what have you. Just remember Becky, and Becky happens to be the current Deputy Women's Organizer, and she's going for re-election. She needs your support. Oh, Osei Superior says, you can only find this caliber of women only in the NDC. Watching you from Spain. Wonderful. Osei Superior, she is very grateful for your comments. Grace Talk says, Asia Allah, comrade, you shall win, definitely. Kim, I haven't seen any comment from you. Yambora is back. I'm to ask what Yambora is about your duties, but we are praying very hard that your mentor, Becky Stone, will definitely come out as the Deputy Women's Organizer. She has done a lot. She has told us how she's worked with the youth wing together with the Substances Women Organizer to put certain activities in place. They are looking forward to move the women's wing of the UK and Ireland chapter from where it is, from having it settled, for bringing peace into it, and then to raise it higher so that they can contribute to increase female participation in our parliament. That is a target, and that is a target for all of us. And we pray that, yes, indeed, with a higher number of female participation, a lot of tensions will always come down, and we will be very sure that we'll get benefit from parliamentary proceedings. So, Auntie Becky, we are very grateful for making time to join us this evening, and we are praying very well that come whichever day that you go to the polls, the good people of the UK and Ireland chapter will reward you for your hard work that you have done for the past 4 years and retain you as a women's organizer so that you continue to do a lot more for the party, because the party says rallying for victory 2024, Ghana's hope. That is the only hope that can keep Ghana where it's supposed to be, where it belongs. And you have the total support of all the women of your wing. And surely, Kim says, surely they will be retained. He says, surely they will be retained. Yeah. So surely you will be retained. That is what Kim is saying, that you will be retained. So we are praying very well and hoping that all the efforts that you are putting in place, at least, I told you that Chief Malik is MTN. I think you are next to Chief Malik, because I see almost all the programs running for the youth wing, investment forum, trying to give a lot of enlightenment and education to our people who have found themselves in the wilderness or who have found themselves in the diaspora, and even to help those back home in Ghana. You are all over. So it is not just about yourself, definitely. It is about the party, it's about the interest of Ghana, and it's about the welfare of every Ghanaian, not only for women, but you think about Ghanaian because, one, you are a mother, and then you are still catering for others, and you believe strongly that when the women are trained, just like you rightly said, you train a woman is an entire nation, but you train a man is just an individual. We wish you all the best, and we pray that we will come back again on this same show after the elections, and then we'll get more information from you as to where we want us to go. Yembore Pan says victory for Rebecca, victory for NDC. So that has been the message for you that will draw our curtain this evening. Wherever you are, from all the way from, let me read Pastor Sam's message. Doc, I told you Rebecca is an evangelist. You see, she preached NDC everywhere. Comrade Rebecca, I didn't know. I forgot. Pastor Sam, please forgive me. I should have asked her about the level of her evangelization. Comrade, I wanted to run up, but Pastor Sam says I should come and tell you that you are an evangelist. And not only the word of God that you preach, but you are preaching NDC everywhere. Absolutely. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So, to all our viewers, wherever you are, we are very grateful that you have joined us this evening. And again, meet us here tomorrow in the evening at the same time. We have the incumbent chairman of the UK and Ireland chapter, Alhaji Al-Hassan Mbalba, who will be on the show. Stay tuned, and all the necessary questions on clarifications that you need will definitely come to your way. Okay. Owusu says, Becky the Stone, the warrior. It says, Becky, the fans keeps coming, but we have to end the show now. Thank you all for joining us, and wherever you are, it's a pleasure coming your way. Till we come again tomorrow at the same time, we wish you a pleasant evening. Thank you very much.
Mampam osontie so dogo vinwa bem mam